Hi guys, welcome back to another video. I'm so excited for this one because in this video we will be discussing how to pray successfully. I'm gonna get straight into it. I'm going a lot off of what Neville Goddard states in his book, one of the books that he created and published. I think this was back in like 1945. It was published during that time, and this is, what is it called? I have it with me right here. This is called Prayer, the Art of Believing. So for this video, I really want to discuss what it means to actually pray and how to successfully pray. In what I've read and what I've gathered, and from my experience, prayer is something that needs to be practiced, and it's also an art form. The first requirement that Neville states is that in order to pray, you need to have a controlled imagination. And he starts off his book by talking about the law of reversibility. So he basically states that if the effect can be produced by the cause, then inversely, the effect can be produced by the cause. Stay with me here. This is all mathematical. I want to clearly state this. Everything that the Bible talks about, everything that Neville Goddard is talking about, it is all formulaic. This stuff isn't going to change. That's why in my past videos, I've talked about the law of assumption versus the law of attraction. It doesn't matter what you want to call it. It's the same thing, and it will always be the same thing because God's word does not change or falter, or it will always remain what it is. So he goes by saying this. For a long time, electricity was produced by friction without ever a thought that friction, in turn, could be produced by electricity. Whether or not man succeeds in reversing the transformation of a force, he knows, nevertheless, that all transformations of force are reversible. If heat can produce mechanical motion, so mechanical motion can produce heat. If electricity produces magnetism, magnetism too can develop electric currents. Cause and effect, energy and matter, action and reaction are the same and interconvertible. This is so important to understanding how to pray, because when you understand that basically this formula of A times B equals B times A, then you can come to the conclusion that literally anything you want in life or that you pray for successfully can be impressed into your reality. You will see it on the screen of space. It is unfalterable. You can't mess this up. The only way that you could mess this up is if you gave up. If you literally didn't want that manifestation anymore and you allowed it to dissipate. You didn't give it awareness, you didn't give it attention. That's how you make things go away. So in Mark 11:24, it says, "What things soever ye desire, when ye pray, believe that ye received them, and ye shall have them." It's as simple as that. And when we look at the law of reversibility, we can see that if you are able to feel the feeling state first, then the effect can occur. You are the cause and there's an effect, and it's the other way around. If a physical fact can produce a psychological state, then the same can be applied in reverse. A psychological state can create a physical one. A psychological state can produce a physical fact. This is so exciting. I mean, this is what Neville has been explaining has spent his life trying to explain, is that you don't need to see it in order to believe it. You are literally the cause and the effect. And if you were to look at your circumstances and you don't like how they are right now, your current circumstances, you can choose to withdraw from your senses withdraw from your senses and create a new reality entirely. Like, you can create an entirely new reality based off of your psychological state. What? Okay. The injunction to pray, believing that you already possess what you pray for, is based upon a knowledge of the law of inverse transformation. If you realized prayer produces in you a definite feeling or state of consciousness, then, inversely, that particular feeling or state of consciousness must produce your realized prayer. This is easily done by contemplating the joy that would be yours were your objective an accomplished fact. The feeling of the wish fulfilled. The feeling of the wish fulfilled, if assumed and sustained, must objectify the state that would have created it. This law explains why faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen, and why he calleth things that are not seen as though they were, and things that were not seen become seen. This is formulaic, guys, and I promise you one thing: this is not going to change. This is not going to change based off of how you want to describe the law. The law is the law. It's the law of attention. It's the law of awareness. It's the law of assumption. It is the law of attraction. It is the law. And it's not going to change based off of how you want to say the phrase. It's just not. So your dominant thoughts, the beliefs that you create in your head, have been fully impressed by your subconscious up until this point. The only way to change a belief is to think a different thought. To think a different thought and allow yourself room and space to watch it become true in your reality. The way that the law works is that it will magnify or amplify any type of thought you give it. That is what the subconscious mind is here for. It is a servant to serve your conscious mind and help you live your life to the fullest. It does not care. It does not care what you feed it. It will only make sure that whatever instructions it has been given will come to pass. And this is why prayer is so important to fully understand, because when you realize that prayer is based on faith and imagination, you become unstoppable. It's faith and imagination. Prayers are not successfully made unless there is a rapport between the conscious and subconscious mind of the operator. That is done through imagination and faith. So, in other words, imagination and faith are the only two things that you need in order to successfully pray. That is prayer. It is imagining and having faith. That's the formula. Imagination plus faith equals prayer. Your prayers will be answered. Now, prayer is a proclamation. It's not really a question. It's accepting. It's having so much, Willow, stop. It's having so much faith and imagination in what you see in your head that it has no choice but to appear in your reality.
Okay, so my cat started tripping, so I'm just going to end the video right there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.